Can we have the first slide, Augustine?
I just need.
Welcome, everyone. We're giving everyone a couple of more minutes to join before we will start with our Q&A session. Thanks. Okay, maybe 2 more minutes, and then I'll start with a brief introduction.
I would like to say, don't get too worried about 2 applications from Ghana. Most of the time, people will wait till the next few days to the deadline that you see them coming in. So I hope it shall be well.
I agree with you. Pardon me. All right. I will start by welcoming all of you to today's Q&A session. Welcome to the SESA project, Smart Energy Solutions for Africa. We're very happy to have you all here. We have prepared this Q&A session with an agenda covering SESA project, just very basic information on it, the 4 countries that this call is targeting, and a couple of specifics about the call and some tips for the application form. And then my colleague Sanket from Smart Innovation Norway will then introduce the Incubator Programme that they've been designing. And yes, we will open the floor for Q&As after. My name is Elisabeth Bieber. I'm the project coordinator for SESA in the Siemens Stiftung based here in Munich. I'm very happy to welcome you all here. I've also been responding to most of your emails on the open call email address, and I'm joined by my colleague Sanket Puranik from Smart Innovation Norway. And of course, our 4 partners in the 4 SESA countries that will introduce themselves later. Yes, let's jump right in. So the SESA project is a consortium project that between 9 African countries and 16 European partners. We are aiming to provide energy access, reliable, affordable energy access to groups that have been neglected previously, particularly in rural areas. And we're doing that while creating business opportunities across the African continent. So we have a call this year, and we will have a call next year that altogether we will come to the countries, the 8 countries that you see on the map. And we've already launched our first activities in Kenya, which is at the forefront of our activities. Okay, next slide, please. Who says I already mentioned we are 30 partners from Africa and Europe. You can see the logos on the right side. We're quite diverse, a lot of research actors and universities. The project has started last year in October, so we've been implementing for the last 12 months. Why do we need a call for entrepreneurs now, you might ask yourself. We believe that in order to support the green transition and support the uptake of renewable energies, new solutions and business model require cooperation between different actors. On the one hand, of course, the businesses, the entrepreneurs, the startups. On the other hand, industry actors, technical experts, city administrations, and the research and the academia. And when all of those come together and collaborate, then we believe that we could find the best solution to ongoing environmental, social challenges, problems in the energy sector. We follow a co-development process. That means that all activities within the SESA project are designed by bringing together all the above mentioned actors to avoid duplication and to create the potential for synergies. And we believe that small and medium-sized enterprises can play a huge role in this entire process, that they could really have an added advantage to creating more impact. And we SESA, we're just a kickstart, or we're just a starting point, let's say like this, that then hopefully with your support and with your activities and your proposed ideas will continue and ensure the sustainability of the activities after the SESA project ends. Okay. The focus in all 4 countries is on productive use of energy. You might have had a look at the country challenges already that are on our website. We believe that energy access and productive use are strongly interlinked, and they all contribute to economic development. And thus we have decided to focus primarily on productive use of energy, but we've defined the concept rather big and have included a lot of different solutions under this umbrella term. As we say, we understand productive use of energy as an energy use that creates value. Could be increased productivity or increased income, could be job creation for local communities, could be any form of improvement, livelihood, welfare, and so on and so forth. So that we've kept it vague, and we would like to see innovative ideas from you. And then, as I said before, co-development together with the partners on the ground, as well as the European partners in the SESA project. Fundable solutions fall within these wide categories. So we have the biomass waste to energy solutions, we have overall power sources, anything from solar panels to fire briquettes. We have energy efficient use appliances. Again, could be a number of solutions from solar irrigation to cooling to drying, agro processing. No limits there. We've also included information communication technologies and energy storage technologies, such as second life batteries or any other ideas that you could come up with. So I would like to introduce our colleagues from the 4 countries who will briefly represent themselves and their and what they've been working on the last 12 months or what plans they have for the next years. Isaac, if you would like to take the floor.
Thank you. My name is Professor Isaac Boateng. I am a staff at Akenten Apia Menkan University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development in Kumasi. We are part of SESA Consortium, and we are looking for an enterprise or SME to come on board and to help us develop the clean cooking solutions through biomass waste to energy solutions. We are also open for solar technology and any technology that, is smart. That is the key. One may ask, why are we talking about smart energy solutions? It's all because of climate change. And we know that the burning of fossil fuels are causing increased temperatures that are not harmful to our planet. So we need to find energy solutions that do not harm the environment or harm our planet. So these are the solutions we are looking for. So any of these ideas, any businesses involved in this, you are welcome. We want to partner with you to develop these clean technologies. Thank you.
Thank you. Morocco, I'm not sure if our colleague Zachariah joined already.
Hello there. I hope you're hearing me well right now. Okay, so like said by Elizabeth, so we are validation countries. We are talking about a European funded project that seeks to have smart energy solutions for our continent, Africa especially. So our aim here in our living labs is is to have some off-grid solution in order to electrify some rural communities, starting from one in the nearest regions of Bengrave. So as a result, we are seeking to provide energy access to all the communities using latest ICT technologies, off-grid stations, solar plants in a hub. We can call it a solar hub, in order to provide all the other businesses that can be like transformed within the provided electricity and all of that. So our focus region, sorry, as said, is Marrakesh, Safi, or the regions of Casablanca. Maybe we can be transparent with Beni Mellal on our Penetra region. So welcome to all the SMEs that are interested in the solutions, that want to provide solutions for African communities, for Moroccan communities especially, and other replication sites potentially. So thank you all.
Thank you. I think we skipped Malawi. Okay. Eden? I'm not sure if South Africa is present, otherwise I will briefly introduce it. So in South Africa, we're working with the Nelson Mandela University and particularly the UYILO e-mobility program. And they're in the process of setting up a site in Ellisdale within the Eastern Cape with the aim of testing a containerized renewable energy system coupled with a fleet of microelectric utility vehicles, a very specific call. And we're looking for businesses and entrepreneurs that are willing and interested in supporting with their products, with their solutions, that might have some ideas or some activities and plans that could support the setup of that site or add to it. Both things are possible, and we're focusing particularly on the Eastern Cape. Are also open to applications from other regions if there's interest in expanding to the region of Ellisdale, or in setting up a collaboration with the South African partner. Then next is Malawi. Yes, Chikonde, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Chikonde Konje from Going Green Malawi. The main objective of the Malawi project in the consortium is to develop a cooking stove with several values to be used in a circular business model. Specifically, we are looking at achieving the development of a more cost-effective biomass cooking solution that is affordable, less time-consuming, produces low carbon footprints, and also creates a valuable byproduct. In Malawi Country Challenge, we are not restricting ourselves. We are looking for generally any businesses or any entrepreneur, any businesses promoting successful productive use of energy approaches. So it could be in any business in energy, productive use of energy. Yeah, so welcome you all and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I just wanted to summarize the reasons for you to apply. So we we will provide a customized incubation program that I mentioned already by SESA, with mentoring and training components, business development support, technological support through either SESA partners that have technical expertise in your area or your business idea, as well as, of course, the visibility that comes with being part of the European Commission funded project. And last but not least, we will provide grant funding or tickets up to 70,000 euros over a period of 18 months. I will mention later what sort of contractual obligations are coming with that. The big question now that you might ask yourself is my business eligible? Am I eligible to participate? There's a couple of minimum criteria that you must meet. So you must be registered and operationally active in one of the 4 countries. You must have been in operation for at least 2 years, and you must have already generated revenues and provide financial statements for the last 2 years. Quick reminder, we will be checking the financial statements, and we are looking to have matching income statements, cash flow, and balance sheets. So, have another look at them before you submit. Of course, there should not be any pending litigation against your enterprise or members of your management team, and it should meet the thematic focus of the country challenge. So be within the productive use of energy theme. How to apply? Yes. So once you've had a look at the eligibility criteria and you consider applying, you can download the application form from our website, submit the application form together with the required mandatory documents, that is your registration certificate and your financial statements. And you can submit all these documents via email to opencall@siemensStiftung.org by 20th of November, midnight. And yes, only one proposal will be accepted per SME. So if you've already submitted and after today's session, you're thinking of tweaking a few details, please contact us and we submit that we only have one proposal from you in our inbox. Otherwise, might not be eligible. Yes, the evaluation selection criteria. We are rating along 4 main criteria or themes. I don't know what to say. So we will look at the team. We are looking at the business model and the business robustness and market potential of your idea. We look at innovation and impact, and we're looking at the implementation plan that you have proposed and the value for money that you have in your budget. I will go through all these 4 criteria and show you exactly which parts of the application forms that belong to and where you should pay attention with you when filling in the application, which you will hopefully be doing after this session. So the management team, there's pretty straightforward the information that we want. We in our rating, we are focusing very much on your business competence and on your technical competence. So make sure you've mentioned everything that we need to know about previous jobs, previous position, previous companies you've tried that might have failed or not. Just make sure that you really show us that your team composition complements each other and that all the functions are covered within your management team. The business model and market potential, there's a couple of questions that we've asked in the application form. First of all, we would like you to describe your product or your solution or your service with an emphasis on an innovative element. You can include technical details. You can also send us pictures of your products if you wish. The more information we have, the better we are able to rate you, and the more, the better your scores will be. The business model should include relevant information on revenue model, your value proposition, customers, your distribution channels. Really give us a picture of what you're doing on the ground, what's your pricing, and so on and so forth, so we can really assess whether this makes sense, where you are at on the maturity level, and how we can best support you in the incubator program or work together. The same goes for the market and the target group. Please do give us as much information as you have, as much market knowledge you have of your market, also of what your scale-up strategy is, where you want to go. Please do explain to us who's your target group, what customer segments are you targeting, age groups, background, socioeconomic, rural, urban, where do you want to go, what, you know, are we looking at the bottom of the pyramid or are you looking at high income, so that, you know, we are really getting the gist of what makes your business a potential candidate for the 70,000 euro ticket and for future SESA collaborations. There's a part on innovation and impact. So what's really important to us is that your solution or your business addresses a social and environmental problem. There's a question about how you measure your impact that you want to have of your business or of your social enterprise. Please do add any kind of indicators that you are using in your business. You know, could be key performance indicators, could be another kind of indicators that you use for yourself, for your annual reports, for your reflections on the impact of your business in rural communities. Put those in. You don't need to make up new ones for us here. In that question, we really just want to see, how do you measure your own impact, if at all, or if you haven't implemented that, or if you're in the process, then please just let us know that you are in the process of setting this up. There is a question on whether your business involves vulnerable groups. Here we refer to communities that might have not have a grid or connection to electricity, or that might have been neglected in some other way, or that might be considered vulnerable in your specific country because they belong to a certain age group, or women, youth, and so on and so forth. So the more information you can provide, of course, the better. Then the last part of the application form goes very much into what you plan to do with the 70,000 euros. So then we have asked it rather vaguely how you plan to use the funds provided, but what we really want to see is a project plan. So what do you want to do when? And so it's not just a list of activities, but it should be setting the context, where you want to be, what kind of locations have you picked out? Do you want to start a new branch? Is that a new pilot that you want to try out? Is that a new added-on product? These are the activities that you will take in the 18 months. Provide us with the milestones over the 18 months period. And then lastly, a very difficult question, how you would add these to SESA. Like how do you see a collaboration? How do you see, what advantage do you see with working, for example, with the Akent and Appiah University in Ghana, and you know, what could that also benefit you, and what are you willing to give in terms of knowledge exchange or learnings, or yes, that would be great. If not, then let us know why you were struggling with that question, or how we can discuss things maybe in a call. Next question, or next slide, please. Exactly. So I mentioned the 18 months contract that you will sign with Siemens Stiftung. In the contract itself, it will mention that you will be coming to join the SESA project in that country together with the SESA partners on the ground, in order to kind of co-develop the proposed activities, or support each other, collaborate each other, support each other in whatever ways you see fit, you and the country partner agree on. Then there will be an upfront payment once the contract is signed, and then there will be 2 installments over the period of the contract upon completion of agreed deliverables. There is the participation in the incubator program, in the different sessions, in the mentoring, or peer-to-peer exchanges. There's also the foundational program that Sanket will all introduce you to later on. There will be local monitoring visits from Siemens Stiftung. And of course, we will have regular check-in calls with you, trying to find out where are you at, what are your needs, how we can best support you, how we can find you maybe a suitable mentor, what do you want to work on over this 18 months period that we are in the SESA project together. And then from your end, we would expect regular reports on the milestones that you might have, or hopefully will have mentioned in the application form when outlining your project proposal. And with that, I would like to hand over to my colleague Sanket.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So as you can see, the overall time frame is we have already launched a call, and it started from 26th of September, and deadline for submitting the application is on 20th of November midnight. Then we will have a review period where we will go through all the application, which will be mostly reviewed in the first phase, reviewed by Siemens and Smart Innovation Norway, and then our jury member from individual living labs, meaning different countries, they will evaluate the applications which we have selected in the first round and then find the best fit for their living lab. And then we will invite them for interviews and pitching session just to have a final understanding of their business and how they intend to implement the different activities which they propose. Then by early January, there will be a notification of which companies, SMEs are selected. And from February, we start the funding and the incubator program, which all the selected applicants will be invited to. Next slide, please. So yes, once you're selected, you enter SESA Incubator, where you receive two types of support. First is the financial support, which will be in the form of subcontracting, ranging from 50 to 70,000 euros each company. In addition to that, you will be invited to an incubator program, which is a non-financial support. And we have two types of incubator programs, which I will explain in the next slide. So first one is the 6 weeks intensive foundational program. So in February, when we kick off the incubator, we will start the 6 weeks program where we will focus on the basics of starting and growing the business. We will look into areas like understanding the market, understanding customers, identifying different customer segments, how to analyze the market, how to start developing business model. So basics of business development and growth. And this would be this will be in the form of online workshops. It will be collective workshop, meaning all the selected companies will join the session together, and there will be mentors who will be looking behind each of the companies and will provide additional support if and when needed during this 6 weeks program. What is expected is a commitment of 6 hours per week. That would be in the form of workshops, and if needed, there could be additional hours from the mentors in order to support the selected companies further. After this, we enter into a customized incubator program, which is a relatively longer period. So first is a short foundational program so that everyone is on the same page and we understand each other better. Then we go into the customized program, which we think is best between 6 to 18 months. We believe that the funding which you will receive would be sufficient for 18 months. And at the same time, we want to support you with developing your business and improving your product from technical, from business, from administrative, different angles, what are needed. So what we will do is assign each of the companies 2 mentors. One mentor will be from Smart Innovation Norway and another regional mentor, which understands the regional market conditions much better. So there would be 2 mentors per company. Together with the selected company, those mentors will create a plan of 18 months. If you need 18 months, then 18 months. If it is 12 months, depending upon the need of individual company, the mentors together with the companies will draft out a plan on what help they need in what kind of areas. It could be in the area of, for example, developing a revenue model. It could be in the area of getting financial assistance. It could be in the area of administration and how to structure the whole company and establish the whole framework for the company. So this is completely as per the need of the company. So that is nothing defined. This will be defined once the companies are selected and their needs are identified. Next slide, please. So one more. Yes, thank you. As I mentioned, what services would be offered in the incubator program is business support and mediation. Under business support, you will have mentoring, as I mentioned, mentoring from Smart Innovation Norway, and a regional mentor, which will be located in Africa and has much better and in-depth understanding of the local market conditions. Then we will also organize workshops, which each of the companies, depending upon where they need training. The training would be, as I mentioned, market analysis, trying to find product market fit, improve pricing strategies, finding pricing strategies, how to pitch their product, team building, business developmental advice, etc. So that is from the business support side, and then mediation, which involves basically supporting companies in developing a very strong network in order to complement them in the business. Maybe they need some partners which can deliver some core materials for developing their product or solution, or they need some channels through which they can approach new markets or hire required talents in their company. So that would be part of mediation, where we will have a networking session. We will connect you with different networks, which the SESA Consortium already has in Africa, as well as we will connect you to the technical and business experts, which are part of the SESA project, depending upon what challenges you face on day-to-day basis of running your business. And then we will also give you access to the capacity building programs, which have been designed in SESA, which is on a broader level, building capacities, training people, trying to make sure the solutions, products which are being implemented are accepted and are easily replicated and grown across different market scenarios. So this is on an overall what services would be offered in the incubator. It's very flexible and based upon the need of the company. So companies decide what help they need in developing and supporting their business, and we provide that help to them. Next slide, please. Okay, that was a quick input about the SESA incubator and what different services benefits you will receive through the incubator. And now I think it's time for Q&A, and I invite everyone, if you have any questions, need clarifications, or want some more information, we are happy to provide you more of that. All right.
There was already one question in the Q&A. What if an organization is focused in digital media, marketing and communication? Can we still apply if our product is targeting the objectives of SESA? Yes, if you are meeting our minimum requirements and you're meeting the country challenge, then yes, of course, you're eligible to apply. I see 3 more hands raised. Pratap. I'm sorry, I hope bear with me if I don't pronounce your name properly.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Please go ahead.
I have multiple questions. I don't know how many I can ask. First, maybe on the budget of this up to 70,000. Is there a preference where the budget goes? For example, is there restriction on it to go to hardware, technology, or human resource, or you do not have any restrictions?
There are no restrictions in terms of categories, or however, we would not encourage you to put like 90% of the budget in material costs only. So if there could be some sort of reasonable allocation along different budget lines, that would be preferable, but the rest is really up to you on what you need to implement the proposed activities.
Is there a co-funding requirement from the country?
No.
Do you prefer business model innovation or technology innovation?
I don't know, Sanket.
Yes, I think the answer is both.
Okay.
There's some background noise, something. I don't know who is doing that. If you can minimize that, please.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, so you do not have preference necessarily, that's what I understood. And then one more, are you looking at a company level or a project? So for example, if you're a company, your ongoing activities, and say, okay, that's what could be supported, or if we are trying to do something new. So in our case, for example, we work with farmers, we provide irrigation in a harvest sharing model. So we have the technology and business model innovation. And now we are trying to establish an agro-processing facility. So our doubt is whether the application should focus only on processing, because that's something new that we do not do yet, and that's what we are trying to establish. Or would we write it about our harvest sharing model, which is the innovative business model, which encapsulates everything we do? Is that clear? Or?
Yes, yes. Which country are you applying from?
Malawi.
Malawi. Okay. Really depends what you can achieve within the 18 months. So if you tell me that you can set up the agro-processing facility first couple of months and then run a successful or run a business model and show us that you have set up things with customers, there is a demand and so on and so forth within the timeline, then there's nothing against a new product per se. But we're not supporting 18 months of prototyping development, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, so we already have a project and plan to start it, and we need co-funding because it's not enough. So that would be the idea. But also it is, yeah, we will discuss internally what is the best way to do it. Last question, the Malawi coordinator is going green. And I saw that you're focusing on cooking clean stoves. And there was this point, there should be a way to collaborate. And so I was wondering, is the scope beyond cook stove, or what could we expect from this collaboration, or what should we focus on?
So the scope is beyond cook stoves. So this is something that Going Green is testing as a new product. They are actually focusing on sunflower oil as a profitable business, and they're trying to introduce a new product. So similar to what you suggested. They will be doing this within the SESA project. And then a collaboration could look any kind of way, really. That would be very much up between the two of you, like what Chikondi sees, what potential there is, how you could make the best use of the links to the SESA partners. There are also other SESA partners that might be more in your niche, that could support more with their expertise coming from agriculture or technical background. So I would say it's very much depending on whether your individual solution and proposed activity is really what we're looking for. And then we would have an interview session where Chikondi and you would then discuss what that could look like, the collaboration. But maybe Chikondi, you want to answer directly.
I think you've explained it very well, so nothing more to add.
Okay, now that's clear. If you could share a website of Going Green Malawi, then I can look at the activities, and then I can think what could be those collaboration points.
Okay,
Great.
I'll just type it in the chat.
Thank you.
Can I just jump in for a minor comment? Yes, it's a very interesting and important point. What you mentioned is that sometimes, there are companies who discover during the process of their business that there is a new market demand which they can solve through innovation. And of course, that is something you have not tried before, but we would highly recommend that in such cases, you clearly show that there is a market need for that. It should not be like a basic research, technology where you just want to try it out and see what happens. No, I mean, if it is something new, either technologically wise or business wise, we would expect that you justify that there is a market demand of what you have observed in your application. And then definitely that would be considered.
Yeah, thank you.
And maybe going back to, there was also a question in the chat from Mateus from Malawi. Malawi is rather open in that sense. And Chikondi is also rather open because she's already testing and doing things as a business, and she's our only business partner, while you saw all the other partners in the other countries are universities. So that's why Malawi is very specific in that sense, that we have opened it up rather big, that we accept any productive use of energy solution. And whatever the collaboration will look like, we will define later on, but you don't need to add to Chikondi's business in that sense. Yeah, it's if that's what you're referring to. So it could be that then later on with the peer-to-peer reviews or other kind of activities, you will learn from each other and you will kind of have some kind of shared experiences or benefits, but it doesn't need to add to Chikondi's business per se, if I can make that distinction. While in South Africa, it's a very different situation, as well as in Ghana or Morocco. Yeah, they are more clear set on what they would like to build. But I'm sorry, there were a lot of questions raised. Muthoko. Sorry, do you want to go next? Hi.
Yeah, thanks. Afternoon, everyone. So South Africa. You mentioned Uyelo, and I'm also going to sort of go back to the clean cooking. That's not my baby. But Uyelo, is there a way of I just went on their website and I see they've got a few projects. Is there a way of getting sort of a pitch deck or some kind of deck that speaks to the ones that you are proposing collaboration on? And I ask specifically because we're working on a containerized renewable energy solution. And so if there's room to collaborate there, it would be quite interesting to kind of see where we could join forces. Similarly with the clean cooking, ours is less on the cooking oil commodity and more on the fuel, like a cleaner cooking fuel. And so there as well, if there's anything you can share that we could sort of look at and see, obviously not sensitive information. And then sort of my next question is, if we hypothetically say, look, we can collaborate with Uyelo or our counterparts in Malawi, would that grant be restricted to those projects, or could we come with a separate undertaking? Because we've also got our own initiative that we'd like to put forward for this program. So how would we be able to work with that scenario? Okay, that's it for me. Thanks.
Thank you very much. The initiative you mentioned that you are working on, that would not be the containerized solution. That would be something else.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be something.
Okay, understood. Well, maybe Idem, you would like to say a bit more about the Uyelo activities?
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can't hear me, just let me know. So the South Africa Country Challenge is focused on setting up a validation site in Ellisdale, which is located within the Eastern Cape, with the aim of testing and validating a containerized renewable energy system coupled with a fleet of micro utility vehicles. So in terms of the collaboration part, we are looking at companies or organizations or NGOs or social enterprises with particular interest in expanding into the region of Ellisdale and looking at collaborating within the containerized off-grid renewable energy system. So that's what we are looking at. So it's basically productive use of energy within the off-grid containerized system concept.
Yes, so going back to your question, you could of course get in touch with EDEM directly or UYILO directly in terms of the container, you know, to see whether that would be something they would be interested to I would say purchase themselves. And then of course you can of course submit a proposal that outlines and targets only the containerized solution for the 70,000. But if you say you have another innovative initiative that you would like to present instead, I leave that up to you really on how you would like to proceed for that ticket. UYILO does have budget as well within the SESA project. So maybe that could be more of a supplier kind of scenario, while we are really looking also to have more than just a supplier. You know, we would like really to support the businesses further in whatever you have planned, be it expansion, be it, you know, the next step, that kind of thing. So we were trying to link both ideally, but however you apply, what you choose is is up to you. I've seen there's a hand by Sakari who has been raised for a long time.
Sorry, Elizabeth.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can I reach out to you separately to get the
Of course.
low person's contact?
Yes.
Thank you.
I've seen hands raised from Lisa, Temeni, and Rothy. Lisa, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Hi, this is Lisa speaking.
Hi, Lisa.
So yeah, I'm also from South Africa, so my question was kind of in line, answered half of it. But I am just curious because I understand kind of you're trying to build this validation site, but it's not really clear like what challenges you're currently facing, or if you're just looking for an implementation partner to help you actually finish the project itself. Reason being, the one way I can see my company fitting in is maybe to help with supply chain for some of the products that you would need to set it up. But I'm not quite sure like what are the specific challenges that UYILO is facing to set this up, to really articulate how I can come in and contribute. And then you did mention that there will be a second call. So currently my startup's quite new. And I think I will only really qualify next year in terms of the eligibility requirements. So do you guys have any idea at what point that call will be put out for the second call?
Yes, so taking the last part first, the second call next year will be launched in 4 different countries. So South Africa will not be one of them, to start with that one. And so if you say your company is just, you know, brand new, then we do need the 2 years and the revenues generated. So regarding the South Africa link, again, the SESA partner in South Africa, UYILO, will set up their site, and they're just looking for entrepreneurs to support, either if that's what you're interested in, or provide an added value, or have a totally innovative solution that could work in Alisdale too, and you would like to test it there, or you know, use the site that UYILO is setting up for your products, and so on and so forth. So there's a huge number of possibilities in that collaboration, and we don't want to limit ourselves right now. And it's really about this innovative element of your product or your business model that we're really looking for to add to that test site.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Temeni. or Chuma? Who would like to go next? There's more hands raised. Please go ahead.
Hi, okay, so my question now is on statements. When you say you're looking at financial statements, are you simply requiring bank statements or audited financial statements for the past 2 years?
Ideally audited, but if you haven't audited them yet, then we're just looking for financial statements. So that means, you know, not the bank accounts, but the your balance sheet, your accounts, your income statements, your cash flows, all of these. Ideally audited, of course, would be preferred, but we understand if that's a big expense and you just have it from your own accounting software. But it should be an annual financial statement.
Noted.
Thank you. Victor.
All right, thank you so much. When filling in the the SESA form, should we avoid putting in links to the products? Because when I was filling it in, I've put in a lot of links just to guide anyone who's reviewing to the services that we have and our past history. Is that okay?
That's okay. Thank you. The more information, the better, really. And if you would like to send a picture with the product, of course, that would help as well.
All right, thank you so much.
So good. You have another question? Okay. Any more questions? Feel free. Anything you would like to ask the countries directly? It's your chance. Yes, the website of Going Green should be found in the chat. Any other questions? Do we have any businesses from Morocco? In case you would like to ask Zakaria any questions regarding the Moroccan urban rural case that they are planning. Okay.
Hello, it's Zach. For the actually for the list of SMEs that can like provide solutions for our living labs. I don't know if you and Augustine saw the list of SMEs that we've prepared. So I don't know if there is any present SME from Morocco, but I don't know if we can like set up a another meeting or another call for separately and specifically for Moroccan Living Lab, because we need to get the necessary attention. We are doing some work by ourselves, so we are trying to get the most of attention, trying to do some communication on the Moroccan challenge and the SESA Entrepreneur Call, but I don't know if it got the attention right now in Morocco, but we'll try to spread the message as much as we can. So this is the first thing. And I don't know, generally, I directed messages you, Elizabeth, but I don't know if you read the comment. There's some specificities necessary to our living lab, and I guess it's the same for each of the living labs. Each of the proposed architectures or solutions to be implemented are.
Yes, yes, I agree. And I saw your message. I just wanted to ask if there's any Moroccan company, would you like to raise your hand? If not, then maybe we will plan a separate session for Morocco.
Yeah.
Anyone? No, I don't see any hand raised. So let's set up a specific Morocco session. And for all the other participants, if there's further question or anything you would like to know more about one of the SESA partners, please feel free to contact us the next weeks. We will try to set up sessions or have follow-up calls or try to answer your questions as best as possible. However, if you come on the 20th or on the 21st, then it will of course be too late. Just to say, take the next 2 weeks and please really get in touch with us. We're still having free time, which that will change after the 20th, after the deadline. So make best use of it. You have the email address, the open call. I can also post it in the chat once again. And yes, do let us know which country and how we can help, or what you would like to further discuss with Idem from Oyilu or Shikondi Malawi. I'm not sure if we have any companies from Ghana in today's call.
It's strange. I was wondering.
Yeah, me too. I was expecting some questions to Isaac.
It's possible they all understood the first time we met them, so they are okay working on it.
But I write the email in the chat, and then feel free to, as I said, contact us before the deadline, please. Otherwise, I'm happy to close this session early if we've answered all your questions, and we're looking forward to receiving your applications. We are very excited to learn more about your product and your company, and yes.
I don't know, Abdullah has been on board and he's been quiet, not talking, not saying anything.
I'm listening to you. You're talking for both.
Okay.
One more question maybe to Elizabeth and Sankat. If you plan to, for a session for Morocco, especially for Morocco, could we include a little bit of French discussion with these companies? You can maybe help and also attract a few SMEs that are not feeling so I mean, comfortable with English. So I think that we can extend a little bit while we have this more mutual meeting with Moroccans.
Parlons français?
Yeah, we parle français, bien sûr.
Beaucoup, bon.
Okay. Thank you,
Elizabeth
everyone.
is good in French.
Yes, we will. Thank you, everyone, for your time. We appreciate taking that time of your busy schedules, and do get in touch if you want to know anything more. And otherwise, I would all wish you a nice afternoon and send many sunny greetings from Munich, and hope to be in touch soon.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.